Aloha and welcome to Java. Thank you all kindly for joining me. It's Thursday, July 11th, 2024. We've got quite a bit to go over. So let's start in with our main risk indicator, still hovering around neutral. However, yesterday the markets took quite a bit of a run. We've got people getting fear of missing out. So a lot more retail investors pouring in. They don't know where else to put their money. So we've got gone up a few upticks into the greed territory. You can see we've got more people joining into the markets. I am actually pulling out a bit more and waiting to see what happens today. We've got the 10-year yield and relative strength of the dollar. Both of those basically retreated yesterday and had a green stock market. We've got cryptocurrencies. They're still gaining a bit of strength. However, as Bitcoin goes towards the 60,000 level, I expect some resistance and a likely pullback on price there. So just in case you're looking into that, I am buying for the long-term hold. There's a few things on that towards the end of this. Basically, sentiment right now is hesitant, waiting for clues on the rate cuts for the CPI number coming out. His testament yesterday to Congress, Powell spoke, and that did help with this boost, even though they're still not completely as hawkish or dovish as they were. They've kind of gone more into neutral territory. He is also speaking about some of the other things happening in the market. So with inflation cooling, they may hold off a bit. But right now, the expectation for the markets is September. We've got the futures are in disagreement. So let's see what happens today. I think there's going to be a bit of a pullback. So we have a couple of mandates for the Fed. The first one is not just prices. Second one is jobs. So we are getting initial jobless claims this morning, and then we'll also get the inflation numbers that everybody's waiting for. So this came out. I thought it was interesting. 16 urban survival skills you need to master today. I'm showing him putting up a tent. Like basically could be putting up tents on sidewalks, and I hope they're joking. At any rate, moving forward, we've got the real economy indicators. Pepsi came out with their earnings. Their stocks falling after their revenue missed. Weakness in snack foods. So people are pulling back and purchasing only basically going to needs. We've got inflation continuing, sadly enough, in coffee. So they're talking about supply concerns driving up costs for coffee. But really behind that, coffee is another commodity, and commodities are beginning to go up. There's a rotation in the sectors starting to pull out of money. It's all very imbalanced now. It's in technology and also going into commodities, and I think that will continue. So we're watching smaller businesses pull back and have some issues. We've also got Delta. They had a reporting their guidance disappointed, so their stock is falling as well. So over on the real estate side, we've still got, they're speaking specifically Manhattan real estate coming down, selling for 40, 50, 60% less than it had sold for only a few years back. So commercial real estate still having serious issues. We've got property taxes. This is talking about here in Georgia, but rising property taxes and insurance costs are going to crush ownership for a lot of the middle class or lower. So more corporations will be purchasing these for pennies on the dollar, and homeowners getting squeezed out. And across the pond, it's the same thing. This is global. We've got in the UK lenders bracing for increase in mortgage defaults. So more of this happening. We're going to see the property rotation out. Real estate is about to take a hit in multiple areas. So it's a locational, regional thing. I know there's some places that are having great real estate prices. I'm hearing from some people, but in general, globally, locational, many more places adding to those that are watching the serious drop in real estate. So moving over to the fiscal war front, we've got some more things coming out of this, saying the West is stunned by the weakness of its military industry. So we've got a senator calling for more spending, and he's actually Republican, surprisingly, but saying the Ukraine conflict demanding much more money. So with all of this talk about cutbacks, talks about uh, the cuts coming into the loans, it's not going to matter because they're basically spending money on the other side. As they spend money, this is inflationary. With the inflationary, this is basically pumping money back into the economy and raising the GDP, but not in real business. So crushing small businesses, and inflation will increase. So as far as the war front, we've got the United States deploying long-range weapons into Germany. And they're saying that one of the missile systems that they're putting out there doesn't even, it's not quite even done yet. However, deploying long-range missiles, this is not going to bode well. Russia has warned repeatedly putting long-range missiles on the borders. With this, we've also got NATO basically slamming China over supporting Russia with the backing of full integration of Ukraine. So, of course, China's hitting back, telling NATO they should basically keep to themselves and continue their role as a defensive organization. So, we had a great chat yesterday on Discord. If you can join us there, thanks to everyone that was there. But this is part of what we were talking about, the building of the physical military units that must happen there. Okay, so a couple of things on basically censorship. Speaking of Discord, they've come out with this story from the military because leaks are coming out on Discord. They're really trying to ramp up basically censorship and control of what's going on the internet. And it's very difficult for them. But basically, they're saying from Pentagon leaks to radicalization of the military community that they're beginning to crack down on Discord. Now, Discord is owned by Microsoft, and Microsoft yesterday had to pull back from a board seat on OpenAI, the artificial intelligence giant. So this leads to the next story that came out. They have now partnered with the lab that created the atomic bomb. So now they're saying it's for bioscience. But Los Alamos National Laboratory, they do research in fields including national security, space exploration, and renewable energy and medicine. Now, you probably already know my stance if you've been with this for a while. I don't like a lot of the things that OpenAI are doing in particular. I'm not against artificial intelligence. It's just the methods. They're going completely for profit and pushing corporatocracy to a level that you can't even imagine. And we've got a former OpenAI staffer basically voicing the concerns that I have. Now, the staffer resigned over safety issues, and he's saying that Sam Altman, who is the lead of OpenAI, the team is building the Titanic of the artificial industry days. And I agree with this. They're going into areas before it is tested and before the direction of artificial intelligence is completed. So, kind of something to keep the eye on. What can we do against this? Supporting other artificial intelligence, because I think it's going to become basically a battle of the bots. So you can become self-sufficient. I do like chickens for pets. I got to see a lot of you that also are with this as well. Going rural, getting skills, and investing in books. These are all things you can do. So with this, I thank you all for being here. I wish you a wonderful day. Appreciate you all joining and commenting. And until I see you again, my friends, stay free.